is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
And here we are on tonight's episode of Phantoms Radio, starring Nunovich and Keith Webster, January 30th, 2022. I'm right?
You are correct.
Okay, just making sure, because I end up having memory lapses.
Yeah, I think that's alcohol induced.
Nope, not at all. I don't drink.
Yeah, you don't drink when you work.
Exactly, and I'm working right now, so I'm not drinking.
Call this work, all right.
Anyways, what are we going to talk about today on this great January 30th day? What is the temperature outside? I don't even know.
It is 27 degrees.
How do you know that for sure?
It says in my car.
Where?
Right there, fool.
I don't know.
Now you're not going to believe it.
No.
Okay. You don't believe machinery?
No, I don't.
It's going to turn into a Terminator?
No, it's like fucking iRobot. Fucking lies.
All lies.
Anyways, so we're driving here down the road, and I know you had mentioned earlier about the Ed Gein Cemetery, which I don't know why you're so fascinated with Ed Gein. I think there's something else going on there.
Anyways, schmuckle, that I didn't know, because like we've talked about to go to the grave and do EVP sessions if we pick up anything by Ed Gein and whatnot. I didn't know that it was already considered haunted by one of his victims he dug up. That was the story I read, and that you could hear her see apparitions.
So it was a female victim.
It was a female. Yeah, he's only killed females.
Now, so there's no sign in history where he killed a male.
No. He dug up female bodies. He dug up his mother, trying to make a skin suit to replicate.
Sounds very sexist.
Actually, it's like I said, that's where 3 popular movies are based off of: Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Psycho, and the third one is Silence of the Lambs.
So what is your idea? Well, we're supposed to go to the cemetery and do EVPs?
Yeah.
And where is that at?
That is in Plainfield, Wisconsin.
And where is that for the viewers at home?
In Plainfield, Wisconsin.
So how far is that from Milwaukee?
From Milwaukee, it's probably like 2 hours, 3 hours.
And you're sure about that?
I'm not sure about it. I'm just estimating.
Oh my God.
Dude, I'm just talking about
the worst podcast in the world.
I'm talking about the article, and you want to get in onto distance and
yeah, man, because you know what? We got viewers at home that might want to fucking venture out.
Dude, if they look up the article in Plainfield, Wisconsin, they go, oh, where's Plainfield, Wisconsin? And all I got to do is Google it, and there they go.
What if they don't want to Google? What if they just want information we're providing?
Dude, does it say Google on my car?
It might.
No.
It says Uber for sure.
Yeah, because I'm Ubering here, but around.
Fucking drunk Uber?
Yeah.
No, it does not say Uber.
It says drunk, obnoxious Uber.
We might have to bleep that out later. Because obviously we can't say Uber.
Okay, Uber.
Yeah, Ogre.
Yeah.
Ogre. We drive ogres around.
Yeah, you are an ogre.
Ogres and trolls.
Yeah, troglodytes.
Anyway, so how's this year going for you so far?
Just working and being, doing the thing with the kid, with sports. So that's pretty much about it. Just trying to reconnect and get the podcast going and get our investigation going.
The other day I was driving around listening to the Witch's House podcast we did, and I was having a ball laughing to myself in the car, and I had to revisit the well in
Bayview?
In Bayview, yes, on Pryor.
Yeah, we were searching around for that.
I know. We searched around for that for a while. And then the other day when I went to actually go to the place, dude, I found it in like 5 seconds. And it still tasted like shit.
That's an acquired taste, I guess.
Oh, man. It's horrible. It's like drinking pennies.
I don't know. I've never drinking pennies before. So.
Yeah, you have. You drank out of that water.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. There's a heart.
Yeah, that's the new Father Gene's whatchamacallit?
Maybe we should be providing video with our podcast, because the people at home have no idea what the hell's going on.
Pretty much, yeah.
You know, they're just listening to our voices.
Yeah, we could be making all this up and just be sitting in the closet. So.
Right, yeah, we are in a closet. You know, and these are all...
Oh, you're in the closet.
Wait, you're about to come out of the closet. You know, we're just sitting there, you know. All those special effects sounds we got for driving sounds.
Well, like I said, you know, a lot has changed. I mean, like I said, because of that pandemic and all that, it pretty much put a damper on everybody doing investigations, even gathering information. A lot of people don't know what it all takes to even start an investigation.
Do tell.
Well, first of all, you have to call whatever place you're thinking about going to. If it's established already, you have to talk to the owners or, you know, whoever's in charge of, you know, booking the tours and whatnot. And if it's money, then you got to save up money, and then you have to book one thing. And if something comes up, then you have to cancel, then you lose out on your deposit. So it's pretty much an up and down thing you're doing, you know. So it's not all like, hey, you just can go walk into this place and capture ghosts and, you know, let everybody check it out. You know, it's not that easy. Encore is known to be haunted, which is a strip facility off of 60th Street and Holly Road. Now, to get the permission from the owner took a while. I was dealing with the house mom, which she pretty much runs the place. And finally, after months, got the permission to do so. So, with that being said, then you have to get liability, you know, a waiver saying, you know, whatever, if something happens, they're not liable for what happens to us, if we get killed by a ghost, or if one of us trips down the stairs and breaks our neck.
So, I mean, you think there's possibility of be killed by a ghost?
Just accentuating the possibilities.
Do you believe in being killed by a ghost?
I don't know. Maybe they'll push you and you trip, you fall, break your neck. Ghosts have been known to push people.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, so, you know, it could happen.
What kind of ghost would this be?
I don't know, a vengeful spirit. Somebody who died aggressively or was an aggressive person in their life. And that's another popular concept. Is like people don't understand. Like most spirits are just wandering. They're stuck in between worlds. But a lot of those who pass on in a violent way or have been violent tend to bring their violent tendencies over into the spirit world. I should say spirit world. I should say the realm. There's certain realms that are like not here earthly, but not in the spirit world. They're in between. So I mean, that's why you get the aggressive spirits. A lot of them, like especially when you watch certain ghost shows, and they do some in the prisons. You see a lot of them get attacked, like mentally.
So I mean, what's your opinion on this Encore place you keep talking about?
Well,
what is the history behind the hauntings there? Well, I mean, it's just not haunted by the stripper daddy problem.
Well, no, actually, the actual owner died on the steps here, and he is known to. You could smell his cigar, his cologne. The door is like heavy, where it's not like the wind can blow it because there's there's like a encavement that protects it from the wind and whatnot. Sometimes that door opens. Now this was told to me by bartenders, security, couple little stripper girls. Sometimes things fall. Sometimes they see apparitions. Some people have seen apparitions. One young security gentleman, probably say about 5 years ago, saw somebody go into the kitchen area and was afraid to pursue him, and so he got the house mom and he got the other security, and they said, well, it's your job to go get that person out. They go in there, nobody was in there.
And how long ago was this?
About 5 years ago. So the kid swore that somebody walked in there, that he saw somebody walk in there, and the same night he quit.
Really?
Yeah. There has been 2 strippers that have passed on here.
Damn, you really got this heat blasted here.
Jesus
Christ, man.
Anyways, see, I'm trying.
Thank God I'm not Frosty the Snowman.
Well, you need to wear a jacket.
Be fucking melted.
Anyways, quit crying. I'm trying to tell a story here. There's 2 strippers that were here that also died. One died of an overdose, and I think the other one killed herself. Don't know how. Don't know all the details. You know, it's sketchy. Sometimes people don't really want to, tell you about that part, especially if they own the establishment or work with the establishment for many years. It's bad publicity. But for people who don't know the Encore, it is right smack in the middle of a military cemetery.
And how do you know it's a military cemetery?
Because the VA cemetery, and it's a Jewish cemetery also.
Oh, really?
Yes. I've walked through here. I tried doing EVP sessions, but there's so much noise from the freeway you can't pick up anything. All you can hear is the cars. Even trying to do them out here, I did a preliminary EVP session here, and you couldn't really hear nothing outside because of all the traffic. So that's a problem you have, and also like doing investigations when establishments like this have their coolers still on, that causes interference in your EVP session.
So how many people have actually had experiences here?
From what a lot of the bartenders, some of the girls that work here, but with the strippers, it's not like they stay here forever. They usually go other places. Security, because they're always here after hours, so there's a lot of accounts by them. And the upstairs is rented out, and the last person to rent it out passed away.
Okay.
He was a good friend of the owner, knew everybody down here. He knew the head bouncer. The head bouncer would talk a lot. He's like, yeah, the head bouncer would tell me this guy upstairs has seen apparitions up there and like been confronted by them, and it wore on his nerves. And he said, yeah. I said, how bad did it get? It got so bad where the entities that had blocked the door, so he had to jump off the balcony porch because it's a second floor, just to get away from them.
The previous tenant?
The previous tenant.
So is that how the previous tenant died, jumping off the balcony?
No. Fast forward some months later, come in to talk to the head bouncer, and he tells me, goes, the guy who lived upstairs passed away. And I was like, oh, what happened? Said he died in his chair in front of the TV. He always sat in his chair. But they didn't find him till 3 days later, so he's been dead for 3 days, rotting upstairs. The owner and the house mom found him, or they were calling and they were worried about him because, of course, they're all friends, No one heard from him for a couple days. He wasn't coming downstairs, and he usually comes, visits down in the Encore and talks to the girls and whatnot, and the security. So they went up there and they found him dead in a chair. I never found out how he died, what he died from, but I heard it was very for him being decomposed for 3 days is pretty gruesome. So this is history here. I mean, so you think about it, a lot of people will think the guy was probably crazy, or people exaggerate. Yeah, some people exaggerate, but there's always some truth into a story.
So have you talked to Art and them about this?
Yeah, they know.
And what are their opinions? It'd be nice to have Art here with us as we're driving and talking about stuff.
Yeah, well, Art was helping with the house. A friend of mine's over there putting up the door and repainting and stuff. So
you just abandoned your friend to go do a podcast?
If I didn't
you are
come
a
do
horrible
it,
person.
If I didn't come do the podcast, you'd be sitting there on suicide watch, trying to string yourself up, hang yourself in a closet.
No, I'd just be pissed off, like, oh, fuck my friends, fuck everybody.
They don't care about me.
Fuck them.
They don't care about.
They don't
this
give
podcast.
a shit.
This podcast is my life, and they're just shitting on it. Oh, God.
No, I'd just be like, that's why I don't that's why I don't have friends.
You don't have friends because you're a nut job.
No, because my friends are assholes.
You're the asshole. We just try to avoid you.
No, buddy. You got that wrong.
Yeah, sure I do.
None of my friends fucking understand
Anyways,
the world.
This is not a therapy session for you, so let's get back to the subject at hand. Again, we were saying about
my friends?
No, dipshit. I had to approach the house mom to get permission to do an investigation, even the prelim EVP session, because I had to be here after hours. But she had to okay it through the owner. The owner's kind of iffy about it. Finally, after months of not manipulation but coaxing, she finally got him to do it. So I got to do the prelim investigation, which didn't turn out very well because of all the noise from all the machines and all the freeway noise. So that kind of killed it. But I did get a lot of eerie feelings. I felt like somebody was down in the basement. There were the ladies' dress in between there and the DJ. There's a hallway, and there's one cold spot, and you feel just like real like dread. And you feel like something negative is trying to come at you.
So my question is, if you're getting feelings in the basement...
No, it was in the basement too, yeah.
But, okay, if you're getting feelings in the basement, what's in the basement to create these feelings? What happened in the basement?
No, I don't know if anything in particular happened in that basement, but this is an old building. It is built around a cemetery. Now... the history of this place, it used to be a bowling alley years and years and years ago, when it was built up. There's a lot of popular belief where they'll move the gravestones from a gravesite, but they won't remove the bodies. Everybody's seen poltergeist. There is some truth to it. A lot of native burial grounds, they desecrate in that manner.
So you believe the Encore is built on a Native American burial ground?
No, it's been a graveyard for so many years. And
you think the building is on a graveyard?
I think it is.
I mean, I know it's next to a graveyard, but
right next, when we say right next to the graveyard, there's like I
know it's like maybe 30 or 40 feet from a graveyard. But what I'm saying is, the Encore is not on top of a graveyard.
I think it is.
You think so?
I think it is. I mean, just by or even being in so close a proximity where they removed a body, or just removed the headstone and left the body, in which they did that a lot back in the 20s, even before that.
So you think the Encore has been around since the 20s?
Yeah, the building has.
So when was the Encore established?
As far as a gentleman's club?
Well, as far as whatever the fuck was going on there.
I think.
Come on, Google.
Dude, you're gonna get Googled in a minute when you kicked out this car.
Come on, Google.
You'll be walking home and the ghost will come and
Yeah. And what are you gonna do? Rape me?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. You'll probably like that. Shaking your butt on the walkway, just say, "Come and get
If I
me."
can start twerking my ass.
Oh, jeez.
You're so
See, this is
fucking-
what's turning into. It's turning to a shit show already.
Oh no, because you're like leading on to
Okay, well, let's get on track here.
well, you're like, okay, maybe there's bodies buried under the fucking encore.
Yeah, well, dude, I mean, you act like that. Everybody's like, oh, nobody does that. There's so much grime.
No, I
that goes
understand people do that, but what proof do we have? Come on, I mean, how do I know that for sure? I don't see that anywhere. You know, like if I've tried Googling that, I've tried looking that up in history. Nowhere does it say that so-and-so establishment was built on top of graves. You know what establishment I'm talking about.
on. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Well, here's the point. The point is that no one's gonna, dude. They're gonna slip somebody some money underneath the table. Say, hey, we're doing this. Don't say that there was a graveyard here, or don't put it in the paper, or don't put it in the archive, which they've done. Okay, now here's the thing. Now another thing that I'm going to be doing, or we're going to be doing, is Forest Home Cemetery is haunted. Everybody knows it.
How come we're not there right now?
Because we're here, because this is the episode we're going to be doing first.
Good
I'm not going to
Lord.
be out in Forest Home Cemetery in the middle of winter freezing my ass off. Come on now.
Well, you expected me to? Where are you? Where are you? Like, what the fuck? You want me to stand outside, wait for your ass?
Yeah.
No, sorry, kid.
Anyways, that goon. That Pabst, who owns Pabst Brewery, was buried there. A lot of Schlitz, a lot of big wigs from back in the days who helped establish Milwaukee as a city. Now, a lot of people don't know is that it was a Potawatomi village back in the 1800s. Now, because of the Black Hawk War in Illinois, which spread down here, they considered the Potawatomis violent. So they relocated them.
Really?
Yes, but they didn't relocate the graves that were there. So one of the Potawatomi elder women stayed there, married the caretaker that was hired there to take care of the new grave facility. So she would tend the native burial site. Now you can go there and it'll say there's an Indian trail, and they'll just talk about an Indian trail, but they won't talk about the thing that they didn't do is once you disturb any kind of grave, any kind of burial site, no matter if it's native, European, anywhere, their spirits are you lay spirits at unrest that were resting. So when this woman passed on and they just plowed over this ancient site where natives were buried, those are the spirits that are restless right now. And a lot of people don't understand that. And what happens in history is that history is written by the victor. So in the native conflicts, any war, whoever wins is the good guy, whoever loses is the bad guy. And
So basically, you got a lot of hatred for the white man.
no, it's not hatred. It's truth. It's truth. I mean, and it's a colonized thinking. And it's like I said, it's like people were trained to think a certain way of certain people, and that's all minorities. That's all different. You could have a difference between people of the same race, but they're from different sides of the track. But what I'm trying not to get off track here, but what I'm trying to say is that there's dark history, and when people are victors and they have claim over a land, those who were there first get buried. The truth gets buried. Their way of life gets buried. Their spirits get buried, and then they wonder why well, there's these ghosts or these sightings. Well, yeah, because you're sitting there and you're desecrating sacred ground for the sake of progress for the new wave of people that are coming to live on this particular part of the land. So that's what the truth is, and people don't understand it, or in our history books, it's one-sided in any aspect, Like, so you have to come to understand that if somebody doesn't want to pay all that money to exhume bodies from a graveyard, they will cut corners and say, we moved your bodies, but they just moved the gravestones. And it's a common practice. Another instance is, my father used to work for a guy, had his fingers in many pies. One of them was a graveyard. This man admitted to my father told me, that this guy would double stack bodies. That, say there was people that were buried for long periods of time and no one comes to see them anymore, and they have these people that want to be buried that are fresh. The man would take the gravestones off, dig deeper down 2 more feet, make sure that coffin goes down 2 more feet, lay a foundation of cement, then bury the new body.
Really?
And he did this for years and bragged about it. My dad said, quote unquote, he was a real piece of work. A lot of people, piece of work, piece of shit. Now, that's what I'm saying, is that a lot of people consider, well, they're dead and buried, so it doesn't matter. They're gone, so their remains are still there. It doesn't mean anything, but to those loved ones, families, to that spirit that's laid to rest there by a holy man, priest, rabbi, whatever, that just, anyone who digs that up or anything is disturbing that peace. And that's like when you walk around grave sites, you don't walk over people's graves. It's a sign of disrespect. That's why people walk around or in between. Some people don't understand that. So like that old saying, like, what is it from Tombstone? Johnny Ringo. Looks like somebody walked over your grave. Because he has that look in his face, like, of shock, of who would walk over your grave and disrespect you. So that's an old thing. That's an old way of.
Was that who said that, or is Doc Holliday?
Doc Holliday said it, but he said it to Johnny Ringo.
Oh, okay.
But what I'm saying is that when you walk over someone's grave, you're actually disrespecting them.
So, your honest opinion, you think the Encore is haunted?
I think it is. I've been here enough.
And so what is the investigation status? And you've got Alex and Art on board, and
yeah,
I'm trying to get someone else on board too. The person is a very, very good photographer, cinematographer. Hopefully they will jump on board. They were supposed to meet up today, but obviously they got other things going on. So originally it would have worked out better on Friday night, but because everybody was more available. Yeah. Except for you.
Of course, I got a kid.
Yeah, likely story.
Anyway. No, but like I said, I've been here, and like I said, to for people to tell you the same. Now, if someone's lying to you, they're gonna change the story every now and then, And the people I've talked to, I've told the same story, the same way. You know what I mean?
Always the same way.
Same conviction, pretty much.
Really?
And the bouncer, the head bouncer, used to be here. Well, he's not here anymore, but he's willing to
what? Be a camera. Who's not here no more?
Morgan. with the glasses.
Yeah, he's not here no more?
No, he's not here no more. He got a job making race cars.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Pretty nice, sweet job, man.
Oh.
Well, the dude had, he has like a 140 IQ.
We didn't, he didn't offer it to us?
No.
What the fuck? What kind of friend is that?
Oh, he told me about that. Like I said, the house mom has been here for over like 19 years.
So, in what year did the owner of this establishment die
I don't know.
on the stairs,
I don't know.
as everybody claims? Or
He did. He did. It ain't he claimed he did. There's people that have worked here for 19 years. His son.
on the front stairs of the place?
Front stairs, right here. And with getting back to the procedure of trying to do a ghost hunt, you have to go through a lot of hoops. Like I said, once you get the permission, you got to set up everything. You got to set up everything according to their schedule, because it's their establishment.
That's like the worst part, is trying to go through the hoops just to fucking ghost hunt. That's the most discouraging thing to any ghost hunter, is trying to get the permission, the setting everything up, talking to people.
Hold on, paranormal investigator. We don't want to offend anybody. I just pulled the thing out of your book, man.
Oh my God.
We don't want to offend anybody.
Well, no, we don't want to offend anybody. You're right.
Fuck everybody. No. Just kidding.
The going through the hoops, trying to get permission and get set up and doing all this stuff is the hardest part. And it's the most discouraging part, because some places are, even though they say, oh yeah, our place is haunted, they will not let you investigate. So it's like, well, how am I supposed to know if it's fucking haunted if you ain't even gonna let me come in and investigate the fucking place?
Yeah, I'm gonna take your word for it.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, so you say it's haunted? Now I gotta believe you? No. I don't believe anybody.
Yeah, just
hell, I don't even believe you.
Jeez, I knew that was coming. Should have just stopped you right in your tracks.
Fuck, I don't even believe we're over here right now.
You don't even believe in yourself. So,
I can't believe this cocksucker just pulled up like that.
Yeah, sure did. So, what I'm saying is that another thing people misconcept is that the time lapse that it takes to set up, then finally get it going. And, a lot of people think, they'll watch the ghost shows because it happens in an hour. No, that's just because of the show.
Well, I think everybody understands the fact that shit don't happen in an hour.
Yeah, but...
even like when we did our first initial investigation at the undisclosed location.
Oh, what about the other undisclosed location? That was in the top 10 too.
Was it?
Because we can say it because it doesn't exist anymore. On the Right Track in St. Francis.
But the other location, it took that was an all-night event.
Yeah.
And it was an all-night event, and we downsized everything into an hour episode.
Yeah.
A 60-minute episode. But technically, look at it. See, I don't like that bullshit right there. No, I worry about it because this cocksucker fucking...
You're at a disclosed location. Anyways,
yeah, but it's like, you condense everything.
Yeah.
Because otherwise the audience at home would be like, oh, boring.
Yeah,
boring.
And that's another thing, is it's a lot of wait time.
And, the people at home don't understand that sometimes...
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. One thing might happen within a fucking 12-hour period or 16-hour period. And that one thing is like the biggest fucking event for us.
Yeah.
But people at home are like, okay, nothing happened.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like when we were at our very first investigation, we seen a shadow figure. We've heard disembodied voices on the EVP.
Our very first, yes. Yeah. And we were in a basement.
Yeah.
And we heard that thumping upstairs when you commented. But, I mean, besides that, nothing really happened.
There was a shadow figure, and then you told me, now I'm going to put Nuna on Front Street right now.
Okay, here we go. Here we go, people.
That when we were upstairs, that you heard someone call my name.
Yes.
Yeah. So, why do you keep staring at people?
Because I got a problem.
Yeah, you got a fucking problem trying to do a podcast here.
Hey, I'm doing a podcast, but I'm fucking aware of my surroundings.
Yeah, exactly, but they're probably going to this place right here for
fucking Domino's.
Hey, someone's hungry. Shit.
Yeah, probably me.
Dude, you got issues.
Yeah, I want that fucking
The world
Domino's.
does not evolve around you. Sorry, get over it.
You know what? The world is always around me. I am the best thing around.
And wondering why the hell you're around.
I am fucking fantastic.
Yeah, well, anyways. I think for a lot of instances is that...
Okay, what vehicle is this?
So, you stop, dude. You're getting me upset, really, dude.
Really?
Because I'm trying to talk about...
I'm listening.
No, you're not.
I'm listening, but
You're distracted.
you're so nonchalant with,
You're distracted about cars. I can see out of my peripheral vision. It's not like I gotta stare at fucking somebody. I know my surroundings.
I like to stare at people. I'm sorry.
Because you're a fucking weirdo.
No, because I'm like, okay, what are they doing?
They're coming
What's
to this
going
place
on?
for some reason.
Why do they have a fucking dick in their mouth?
Jeez. There we go. Okay, so it all depends on the people. It all depends on the circumstances. So it's a hit and miss. So it's not like, hey, why didn't these guys, like you guys will probably understand, why didn't you do a podcast in a while? Well, because life happens. Because the pandemic happened. Why didn't you guys do another investigation? Because people say, yeah, you can investigate, then the next minute they're like, no, fuck you, pandemic, we're closed up, we don't like you.
Exactly.
Because this guy looks like a fucking zombie. It up.
Yeah, don't talk about yourself like that.
No, we're talking about Now, for people who don't know that Nuna has a face tattoo that looks like a sugar skull, catches certain people off guard.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So he walks up to somebody, hey, we want to investigate, we're paranormal
It's a
investigators.
birthmark.
Yeah, and if you've seen any of our stuff, and if you've seen like the Phantoms episode, the famous Phantoms episode, he looks like a spirit in the black, what is the light setting? The light setting, schmuck, I'm talking.
Oh, yeah, I was, zoning out thinking about where I should be right now. Sleeping, maybe?
You're the one who's doing this.
Yeah, hours ago.
Yeah, fucking, I got a life, dude. I got
life, too. I gotta fucking sleep.
Yeah, I gotta sleep, too. I gotta get up just as early as you do.
Anyways,
Or other jobs. Infrared, yeah. Well, no, it wasn't infrared, it was night vision.
Well, same thing.
And you look pretty scary. You look like a hybrid raccoon humanoid.
Oh my God! See, here we go.
I'm just saying, dude. It's just, and it catches people off guard. So when we come to talk to people, to come investigate, they look at us. They say, "Oh, okay, this guy's full of tattoos. This guy got a tattoo on his face," and they're talking about coming into our establishment and spending the night. I don't know about that.
They just look like a bunch of felons. That's what it is.
Pretty much. Well, I'm an ex-felon, so.
Well, regardless.
Yeah, I know. You get judged. Now, if we were all suit and tied up, or we looked like Joe College, or a hipster. No offense to hipsters, but hey, sure, and I'm like, even though we can tell them, hey, check out our YouTube site, check out our Instagram, check us out on Facebook. You'll see our podcast. You'll see our investigations. You'll see all kinds of things pertaining to what we do, and still get that sideways look, like you guys aren't legitimate. It's because we don't have a degree or something. And nobody has a degree in spiritual.
And I think that's what the problem is. It's like they expect us to have some sort of am I supposed to go here?
Anyways, say what you're going to say.
I think people expect you to have some sort of scientific degree or something.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not how it works.
No.
It's like, there is no scientific degree in any of this.
No. I mean,
it's just a bunch of...
You take a course online and have it on a piece of paper. It doesn't mean you have the experience, or that you're not in tune to spirits, or you're not in tune to
Here we go.
Take another round. Oh, here you go. Tastes like Christmas. For all those, Nuno's blowing his nose. And
Nope.
It was quite chunky.
It's called allergies and winter.
Man.
And
ambulance.
someone has dogs and cats.
Yeah, that's why we can't do podcasts at my house, because Sissy Bones over here can't take a fucking allergy pill like everybody else does. It doesn't work.
I don't want to take drugs.
You are on dope.
You are on dope.
You're on dope and dog food.
Dope.
No, you can't say that, because dog food is a reference to a certain drug.
What?
Yeah.
Since when?
A while ago, man. It's like some people, they make up words like, hey, there's all kinds of new hip words for.
So what drug is considered dog food?
Heroin.
Now it's considered dog food?
Yeah.
It's fucking lame.
Yeah. Or they call it boy. Now we're talking about drugs. And, they call other stuff certain names, or, it's kind of weird.
Fucking lame. Lame!
Anyways, back to the subject at hand is that you can read all the books you want, but unless you've experienced some sort of paranormal activity or any kind of spiritual thing, you have the experience. But if you haven't, you're just reading what someone else has told you.
And now a commercial from our sponsor.
What sponsor is that? Schmuckola.
Hey, there, look at that. There's our sponsor.
Schmuckola Coffee. Commercial break.
From our sponsors.
Schmuckola Coffee.
Yes, and Schmuckola Cola.
Yeah. If you drink this stuff, you're a goddamn schmuck.
That's right.
Speaking of schmuck.
Only 124 calories.
Not even a diet.
No, we're so Schmuckola, we don't have diet.
Right? We're on the air.
On the air with Schmuckola Cola. Schmuckola do?
Mountain Schmuckola do.
Ah, shit.
Schmuck drink of the Schmuck Olympics.
There you go. Okay. What transpired to make these people believe these stories are true? Like, what experiences they have? And what? Okay, I understand that, but look at that cemetery right there.
Yeah, it's a cemetery.
I know, but it just looks creepy from this point of view. Anyways, sometimes certain things happen in a person's life which makes them vulnerable and susceptible to, I'm not saying necessarily spiritual experiences, but drugs, alcohol can lead to a lot of
delusions.
Paranormal experiences can be explained by drugs and alcohol. How do you feel about that?
Like I said, the experience happens how it happens. If you're under the influence or not, it depends on your level of under the influence too.
If you're under the influence, how much of that is real and how much of it is, alcohol induced?
Well, I'll quote a certain episode of a certain series that had to do with spirits and monsters and all that.
Oh my God!
They couldn't see the ghost unless they were inebriated.
Really? So now we're going into the realm of fiction?
I'm just saying, because the realm of fiction is based on fact, or legend.
It's based on something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's all based on something. So it's just what? It's like somebody's bullshit is somebody's truth.
Okay, but how do we know the bullshit that people are spewing is truth? Or how do we know their truth is real and not bullshit?
I don't know. I guess it's just in their demeanor, because I guess it's a psychological aspect of knowing when people are just want to be heard, so they'll talk about anything, or some sort of recognition or whatnot, or to some people actually are telling the stories that they've experienced.
Okay, so then my other question is, well, it ain't really a question, but so what's our next step from this point on? Because I know you want to do the investigation, and I also know you want to do an inn that's based in the town of Baraboo.
Yeah.
So how is that going to come about?
That's going to be where, I mean, I've had talks with them already, but due to COVID, you know, a lot of things have been put on hold, and that was one of the places. Now, that place, they're going to charge you. They're charging you to be there, and it's only from a certain time to a certain time you can be there. So, you know, that's another thing, you know, so we have to go around our schedule, what our schedule is and what their schedule is.
So they don't have an overnight?
It's overnight, but it's only like 5 hours. I mean, it's long enough.
Okay, but still, the overnight is, okay, so what's allowed and what's not allowed?
According to them, it's just being locked up in there, and you have access to the basement, to the main floor.
At what times?
I think it's from like 12 to like 5 in the morning, I think. Or 7. I can't remember. It was a while ago.
Well, we need to find out, and that way we can schedule something.
Yeah.
So that way we know in advance what we need to do.
And when we're going to go, we can prepare for it now.
Yeah, because, you know, I'm pretty sure the audience at home, you know, wants to see some new episodes of the Phantom series.
Yeah, probably mad at us, right? Guys, you're supposed to have one long time ago. What the fuck happened?
I know, right?
Sorry. Life happened.
A lot of shit happened.
See how it goes.
Man, he is,
I own a pickup truck and I go real fast like. Dude took off and said, America! For those who own 4x4s and have big American flags on it, you know, no offense.
Fuck everybody.
Well, I mean, some people are in a hurry, so this guy was in a hurry.
Yeah, he's in a hurry to die. That's what he is.
Dude, yeah.
Oh, and look at him. Now he's turning.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That is him, right? Yeah, there he goes.
Someone else is following him.
Fuck him.
Racing him. But, funny thing.
Fuck that cracker.
We're getting aren't you a cracker?
No, I'm a saltine.
You're a saltine, right?
I'm an oyster.
So, anyways, speaking of 4x4s, there is probably a couple guys on Highway 100 that cruise around Highway 100 still.
And I'm hungry.
Anyways, should have had that girl's breadsticks. She offered.
The breadsticks?
She offered you breadsticks.
Fuck them breadsticks. Fentanyl breadsticks? I don't want to eat that shit. What the fuck, man?
You're so ungrateful.
You trying to kill me?
So ungrateful.
No, I ain't eating nobody's breadsticks. I don't give a fuck who's offering me shit.
Anyways.
That's why I've been alive this long.
Anyway.
No.
Hey, quit rambling, dude.
Dude, because you're talking about breadsticks that are laced with fentanyl.
How do you know? Don't say you're going to get roofied for some breadsticks, man. Anyways,
Yeah.
there's a group of guys that drive around in 4x4s that cruise up and down Highway 100 that are probably in their 30s with big American flags racing up and down. I'm like,
It's a bunch of Trump supporters.
But I'm just, probably that. But I'm just saying, like,
Fuck 'em.
wow, like, you know, like, I mean, I remember cruising up and down Highway 100, you know, as a teenager, or in the early 20s, you know, whatever. If you're a motorhead,
Man, I never cruised up and down fucking Highway 100. What the fuck?
some people are how they are. But I'm saying, like, mostly it was like car clubs, like not your lowrider car clubs, but like your hot rod car clubs. Though, and they would cruise up Highway 100. They I think some of them still do. Then you got the other little car clubs now with the little Datsun. I should say Datsuns. Their little race cars, like Fast and Furious.
Yeah, you know.
Them dudes are racing all up and down.
Hey, look. Another fucking...
What?
Another bus stop but no glass.
Yeah, no. Some people
God
say
damn.
no respect.
Dude, remember our last fucking podcast?
Yeah, it was at there on 13th Street.
Yeah, we should have went to fucking Shakers. Stirred some shit up.
Wow, I was watching. Well, another thing is too is that we have that footage of the interview, and if we got to do the tour, I'll pay for the tour. Do the Dahmer tour and you know, put it along with part of the interview, like, you know, the highlights of the interview.
Yeah.
And make it an episode. Because it is about Dahmer, and, you know, dude, you know, we were all here for it, you know. It happened in Milwaukee, you know.
No, I get it.
You know, I mean, like, hey, we got the footage of certain stuff. Let's just put it together and just put together, and the other part is the tour. That's it. And it'd be so simple to put everything together. You know what I mean?
No, I understand, but it's like, you know, man, I don't know. It's like there's a lot of shit that's missing from that fucking.
What, for the interview?
Not just the interview, but when we did the video there, dude. It's like, man, I don't even want to get into that right now.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, dude, you're not listening to it.
No, I understand what you're saying, but it's like there's so much shit that didn't get videotaped, and that's not even talking about.
Well, like I said, it's a learning process, dude. Not everything's gonna happen overnight.
No, but I know it's a learning process, but it ain't the first video we did.
Well, I know that. But
And that's the problem.
I'm just saying.
You know, we should have fucking known better.
Yeah, I know. But like I said, that's an idea, though. Let's just do the tour and put the
Okay,
interview
but
together.
when are we gonna have opportunity to do this tour?
Next weekend or something. Well, no, not next weekend. Isaiah's got a basketball tournament all weekend.
Oh.
Man, he's got a doubleheader Saturday, and then he's got a game Sunday. It's crazy.
All right, well, thank you everybody for tuning in to tonight's episode of Phantoms Radio. I am Nuna Mitch here with Keith Webster, and we're signing off until next week, or the week after, or the week after that, or the week after that.
Until we ever fucking get our shit together? Yeah!
Yeah, there you go. That'll be never.
It'll be never.
So,
once this gets posted on Punk 69 Studio,
which will be sometime this week.
We'll be on either on Facebook, Instagram, and what else?
And
That's it.
Pornhub.
Pornhub. There you go. On Pornhub.
I don't know. We'll be on.
Be noon on a pole.
It'll be Punk 69 Studio.
So you guys will hear the podcast, and if you guys leave your comments, anybody who wants to give us any information on any places that are haunted that we could investigate.
Yeah, you know, that would be really appreciated if people comment and give opinions on different haunted locations, or if someone has an idea of what they want us to do. It'd be nice if they, comment.
Yeah. Another thing is that if you do have a place and you want to be part of it, you can be in on the podcast or on the investigation itself. So you'll just leave the comments below when we do release this podcast.
Exactly. And until then, everybody have a good night.